Mungkin sebab tak nak berat sangat kan. So dia boleh connected.
Nak jemput makan ke? Datang. Kamu boleh makan lagi. Sudah ada. Sudah ada tadi. Cepat tanya.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 Ebook Global Women's Breakfast. Mary, I'm thrilled to partner with you again to launch this amazing event.
Hello, Laura.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the participants who have already arrived and registered. And please make sure that you have taken the breakfast pack. And I would like to invite everyone while we are waiting for this program to officially start at 2:40. You can try out the breakfast that we've given to you inside the packs. So inshallah.
For the critical importance of building professional.
So feel free, and if you haven't had your breakfast, please do so.
Journey started with a fascination with chemistry and water. Inspired by my first environmental chemistry professor, I got to travel on research ships on the world's largest lakes, and I met scientists from different countries who became mentors and collaborators.
And in my case, I would never have imagined as an undergraduate studying chemistry in the UK that I would move to do postdoctoral research underwater on the Great Barrier Reef. But it was while attending regional meetings in Asia that I first became inquisitive about how other communities do their science and how young people develop into well-rounded scientists.
For me, it was an IUPAC conference where I came to understand the enormous value of networking at an international forum.
Absolutely. We met at an IUPAC meeting in Puerto Rico. Now watch some of the wonderfully creative groups sharing what their sea's breakfast means to them.
Unity in diversity. Yay!
Wow, those were amazing. I'm really excited to announce today that the next breakfast will be held on the 14th of February, 2023, and registration will open later this year, so keep an eye on the website.
That's Valentine's Day. And next year, the breakfast will also be part of the celebration for the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. So we encourage you to reach out to organizations in other maths and science disciplines to organize an event or to join your event.
And finally, we ask you to join the global conversation about the breakfast using our short Mentimeter poll. Just scan the QR code with your mobile device to participate, and you can see the results in real time as they come in on the GWB website.
Thank you to all the event organisers, to our GWB task group members for their work this year, and also thank you to our sponsors.
And sending out a special thanks to Dr. Lynn Sobey, Executive Director of IUPAC, for her leadership and support.
Have fun, everyone, and we will see you again next year.
Thank you to all the event to our GWB for their work this year. Also, thank you to our sponsors.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to those who have just arrived. We hope that everyone will register and grab the breakfast package pack that has been prepared at the registration counter. We will be starting this program in another 2 minutes officially, but now we have just started our broadcast. So allow our team to take this opportunity to test the online platform, inshallah. So now, welcome to everyone online. Hopefully you are now joining us. We are streaming online. We have two social media platforms. The Clinic Diet Cast stands for Kuliah of Halal Health Sciences. So the Clinic Diet Cast Facebook Live, as well as we are streaming to the YouTube channel of Clinic Diet Cast. So if you have now joined this live session, please do us a favor, share the link to your friends, either by WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on. So please do so. We will be streaming this live up until 2 hours of this event. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. We have plenty of content, edutainments regarding nutrition, diet. We also have some songs related to food. Please subscribe to us, as well as the Facebook account, Clinic Diet at IIUM. We also have an Instagram account. So we would also like you to tag your breakfast after this, and then tag us, in your Instagram post, #GWB. GWB stands for Global Women's Breakfast. Thank you very much. Please do so to fill in the seats in the front. So for you online, we are now broadcasting live in front of the My Ulam Garden at the Kuliah of Halal Health Sciences, International Islamic University, Malaysia. My Ulam Garden is the garden established officially in 2022 during the time of the former Dean, I think Professor Dr. Susanna is here, officially launching the My Ulam Garden. Before this, it was just a plain stretched land. Now it has become a home to numerous Malay ulam, including pegaga, tulasi, mata itik, mata ayam, and so on. If you come here, you will be able to experience and see for your own selves the variety of ulam planted here in My Ulam Garden. So this is a concept of sarapan di laman. We are receiving a lot of light. I think this is one of the features of it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Professor Dr. Ahmad Aidil Arafat bin Zulkarnain, the Dean of Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences. A.R. Datin Kaniza Shafi'i, CEO of Kebun Kota, our external VIP guest today. Dr. Amirul Mukmin Abdullah, the Deputy Director of Yadim Negeri Pahang. Assistant Professor Dr. Hazira Jaafar, the Program Manager for Global Women's Breakfast Sarapan di Laman. Deputy Deans, Head of Departments, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are here physically or online. Welcome to the Global Women's Breakfast event, Sarapan di Laman. Give a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this program is co-organized by My Ulam at CAS, as well as the Clinic Diet CAS. Global Women's Breakfast is a yearly event. It is being organized and spearheaded by the IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. And this year's theme is Empowering Diversity in Science. This celebration is being celebrated across the world to support the United Nations Day of Women and Girls in Science. And this aim is to celebrate the accomplishment of women in science. And during this event, men as well as women from different organizations and different fields of science will get together to have their breakfast, either virtually or physically. I mean, virtually always starts during this pandemic, but before that is often being conducted face-to-face. So the central goal will be to establish an active network of both men and women in science. So it just seems only natural that My Ulam and Clinic Diet collaborate together for the first time in CAS to celebrate this event. And unique to CAS, we will be celebrating it using our own ways, and three main agendas would be a brief and a short breakfast gathering. So hopefully those who are joining us online would also be preparing your own breakfast. And then a launching of a breakfast recipe ebook, which the breakfasts are coming from our own students and staff. And finally, we will be having a sharing session on the first talk, Empowering Women in Science, and the second one, Tradition of Breakfast according to the Malay medical manuscript. That's very interesting. With that, we would like to extend our gratitude and appreciation to our main sponsor from the Yayasan Dakwah Islamiyah Malaysia, Yadim, for supporting this event to be able to do this. Alhamdulillah. As well as our other sponsors, including QMed and Yakult. Inshallah, to gain blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us begin with the recitation of prayers. With that, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Wan Azdi bin Abu Bakar to lead us in the recitation of the dua.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana wa liwalidina warhamhum kama rabbawna shighara. Allahumma inna na'udzubika minal baras wal junun wal juzam wa min sayyi'il asqam. Na'udzu bikalimatillahi tammati min syarri ma khalaq. Ya Allah, we gather today to express our gratitude upon your greatest gift towards us. In conjunction with this event, we ask for your help and guidance. Ya Allah, Kindly give us strength and courage to face the struggle to find and gain knowledge. Kindly bestow blessings and physical and spiritual health, fitness of mind, and strength of spirit. Ya Allah, give strength to our teachers and our leaders, our students, and all of us to continue to serve the people, society, nation, and religion. Ya Allah, make our country a country who got the blessing and favor, everlasting peace, and prosperity of all time. Rabbana hablana min azwajina wa dhurriyyatina qurrata a'yun waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar wa adkhilna al jannata ma'al abrar ya aziz ya ghaffar ya arhamar rahimin. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much to Associate Professor Dr. Wan Azdi bin Abu Bakar. For your information, he is the former and the first program manager for My Ulam, leading and the establishment of this garden. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Dr. Wan Azdi. Next, I would like to cordially invite our Dean, Professor Dr. Ahmad Aidil Arafat bin Zulkarnain, to deliver his welcoming remarks and officiate this event. Please welcome, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. The former dean, Professor Dr. Suzana Abdul Rahman, Associate Professor Dr. Wan Azdi, also our former dean, the deputy deans of Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences. Ada ke? Tak perasan pula. Oh, ada Dr. Muhammad. Okay. Okay, and then head of departments, AR Datin Kaniza Shafi'i. I hope I pronounce it correctly. And Dr. Amirul, Dr. Amirul Mukmin from Yadim. And brother and sister, okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I think it's a very great pleasure for me to actually have this first in 2022 face-to-face event. We have not been having any, have not been having any face-to-face event for quite some time. So it's very great pleasure to have this event, Global Women Breakfast 2022 at the Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences. And I would also like to greet and also like to express my special gratitude, especially to the guest speaker, AR Datin Kaniza Shafi'i, the CEO of Kebun Kota Serunian Berhad, as well as the representative from Yayasan Dakwah Islamiyah Yadim, Dr. Muhammad Amirul Mukmin. Supposedly there are another 2 members who will not be able to come during this particular event. I would also like to greet the international GWB members who joining us using online platform through the Clinic Dial official Facebook and YouTube channel. So we would like to welcome to the Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences, specifically our My Ulam Garden. We have not been having any event for quite some time in our My Ulam Garden. I think this is another a returning event in our My Ulam Garden. So basically, the Global Women Breakfast is an event spearheaded, as mentioned by our MC, Dr. Ashraf, by the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, and is celebrated across the world. So the aim of the event is to celebrate the accomplishment of women in science and to inspire younger generation to pursue careers in science. Tapi tak bermakna lah maknanya kita bias, but for this particular event, we specifically dedicated lah for women. We're not actually biased lah, maknanya we still celebrating our male and also our men. With the theme of empowering diversity in science, the GWB is designed to support the United Nations Day of Women and Girls in Science. We have many lah women in science ni yang high achiever even in our kuliah. Kan? To name a few, macam Prof. Suzana, Dr. Aliza, Sesiap Prof. Dr. Radia, tak dapat nak sebut semua nama, but obviously I think all of the women in the kuliah of Allied Health Sciences is all of the high achievers lah in this particular, in this particular kuliah or in this particular university. Nak bagi contoh-contoh lain, we have like macam our BOG members. If you all of you know Dr. Merve Kavachi and the ambassador of the Turkey. I think although the background of her is political science, but she is actually one of the former member of parliament in Turkey in 1999 who has been dismissed ataupun expelled from the parliament because of striving and fighting for the women in Turkey to wear hijab. So because of her is wearing hijab, so she has been dismissed during that time. So that is among contribution or like a proof of the contribution of the women in science in particular. So in our kuliah, GWB is celebrated with a breakfast gathering among the class staff and students together with other GWB participants, and also launching of a healthy breakfast recipe ebook. I think this is written by Dr. Azwani, as well as a sharing session on empowering women and the tradition of breakfast according to the Malay medical manuscript. Later on, we will have, I think, a talk with Dr. Effendi. Through this gathering, it is hoped that an active network may flourish between the cast member and our invited guests from Kebun Kota, Datin Kaniza and Yadim, as well as other international GWB member. And I think this program is also in line with the spirit of our university, the current framework, Sejahtera Academy Framework. We're talking about empowerment. So basically, this I think one of parts of the program is in line with the Sejahtera Academic Framework. I will also, on behalf of the kuliah, would like to thank the sponsor, Yadim, for the generous contribution for the smooth running of this event. We hope that we can continue to collaborate in the future, as well as thank you to the other sponsors, for example, Equipment and Yakult. And finally, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee, the Mai Ulam, which is under the flagship of the Malay Medical Manuscript, specifically the program manager, Dr. Hazira, and the former organizing ataupun program manager for Mai Ulam, Dr. Wan Azdi, the new one, Brother Razwan, for actually organizing this event. And tak lupa also for the clinic diet ataupun the department of nutrition science for co-organizing this event together with the Mai Ulam committee. So with that, I would like to launch the programs of the Global Women Breakfast 2022. So with that, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya. Boleh ke depan ni, bro?
Thank you very much to Professor Dr. Aidil for the welcoming speech. With that, it is official. It is being initiated this Global Women's Breakfast event, alhamdulillah. Next, we will move on to the launching ceremony of the recipe ebook. With that, I would like to invite the program manager and editor of the ebook, Dr. Azwani Shukri, to accompany Professor Dr. Aidil for the launching ceremony. And I would also like to invite the program manager for Sarapan Dilaman, Dr. Hazira Jaafar, to accompany Datin Kaniza to join us at the main stage for this launching ceremony. Yeah, please, honor. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Aidil. Please stay at the main stage, Prof. Just allow me to briefly maybe introduce you regarding this book entitled From to Kitchen. The book is a collaboration of many. In December 2021, Department of Nutrition Sciences, in collaboration with my ULA, organized the GWB 2022 breakfast competition. So the competition was the recipe criteria included, it must be a healthy recipe, very challenging because the judges are from Department of Nutrition Sciences, consists of at least one type of ulam, daun lemoni, mata ayam, bunga telang, and so on. We have our ulam experts also, very challenging. It also must be tasty and appetizing. That's important. Healthy, too healthy, but not appetizing also will be a challenge. And the preparation and cooking time needs to be less than 1 hour. It was a very challenge. John and the cash. Today we're celebrating them. 6 winner will be part of this ebook. Today we would like to give Niza to be the first person to flip this ebook after it's being launched. Alhamdulillah. So in concurrently, we of the okay. So we now okay, let me just happening. For the we have 2 categories. The staff winner, I'm sorry for the students, maybe just I'll move it here. The staff winner, student winner, the recipe or maybe Tara, the Uttarians. To thank you. This is a home recipe, and this is being featured in the cover of them From Garden to Kitchen. So next recipe goes to salad with a taste goes Sister Siti Sarah. Very keen. Please welcome Sister. This Sister for this has stayed in the Saudi Arabia. So this recipe. Thank you very much, Sister Sarah. Next, and the final winner for the staff category goes to Professor Dr. Haniki, Herb Garden Focaccia. Now, interesting story behind this. Prof. Haniki went to Italy, specifically in Torino. He was very much interested and enjoyed Focaccia there. He went back to Malaysia, not much of a selection, so he decided to make it by himself. And now, with ulam, you can see pagaga replacing the greens and so on. Next, we will go to the student category. The winner goes to Nasi Goreng Harum Racik, Sister Nur Hidayah Latif. Please welcome. This is our own nutrition sciences student. No bias from us, no bias. Somehow she's a very expert in doing this. Supervisor, Dr. Muhammad. But no bias. They're anonymous judging. I don't think Dr. Muhammad is one of the judges. Bukan, eh? So next goes to Datin. Okay, Tradi Bibimbap to Sister Putri Amira. Sorry, Sister Putri Atira. So this is a fusion of Korean dish. I think this generation really likes Korean. My generation, kita Bollywood. So, and it's being integrated with ulam. So if you can see that there's the mata itik, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Or terong pipit, those small round ulam. Thank you very much, Datin. So the next one and the final one. goes to Brother Hazim, Raja Omelette Burrito. This is a fusion of Mexican recipe. So I think the representative from thank you very much. Maybe Brother Hazim is doing his doing their final examination. Thank you. So there are 3 other of maybe 4 remaining recipes. That we will leave to the participants. That is a special bonus recipe from the Department of Nutrition Sciences members. So we don't want to reveal it yet. Okay, thank you very much for us the on flipping through the books. Thank you very much also to Prof. Aidil and Dr. Azwani, as well as Dr. Hazira for this session. With that launching ceremony, hopefully it symbolizes diversity in our choices of food and a dedication towards choosing healthy and nutritious recipe. For your information, we will be publishing the copy of this book on our Kuliah of Allied Health Sciences. We will be using the word CAST, that's the abbreviation, website by the 1st of March 2022. We will provide you with the updates regarding this, so please do subscribe to our channel and also our social media platforms, either Facebook or the Instagram. Now, I do believe, even myself, after looking at all these recipes, my stomach is grumbling. The ghrelin hormone is being expressed, and the hormone of hunger, ghrelin hormone is the hormone hunger, might be expressed due to the stimulation of this. And then we are being tempted to try some of the recipes. And why not? Let's do so. Maybe we can see some of it. So now we will be going live into our food preparation laboratory, or the students call it the kitchen, and see what our dietitian, Sister Sajida, is up to. Over to you, Sister Jida. Or the students call it the kitchen, and see what our dietitian, Sister Sajida, is up to. Over to you, Sister Jida.
Thank you, Natasha. Hi, Assalamualaikum, and good morning to everyone. Welcome to Food Preparation Laboratory, or we call it as Kitchen. My name is Sajida. Together with my colleague, Wan Nazma Fazira, today we are going to show you our winning recipe, which is the 3-bean salad with the taste of ulam. All right, so let me show you what are the ingredients that we have here. Right now we have chickpeas. We also have some kidney beans, some of the black beans, and we also add some crunch element to it, which is crouton. And you can see from the screen, it is pieces of grilled beef. And then we add some of the veggies, which is cucumber as well as tomato. And what are the main important ingredients in this recipe is the ulam. You can see right here, we have sambung nyawa batik. We also have some pucuk serai kayu. We use bunga kantan, ulam raja, and we also use pucuk gajus. And to complete a salad, it is very important for us to have vinaigrette. So our simple vinaigrette is made out of some of the minced garlic, lemon juice. We also have salt and some of sugar and lemon zest. You can actually add some black pepper or white pepper to, spice things up, and to complete it with some olive oil. All right, I guess you just need to toss everything together with the vinaigrette, as you can see from the screen right now. All right, so Sister Wanazma will just, toss everything together. Wow, looks so appetizing. Okay, so this dish is suitable for breakfast and also snack. You can eat it as it is, or you can serve and roll it up in a tortilla. It's actually, you can make it as burrito, or you can actually combine this dish with our very own featured book, which is recipe, which is Raja Omelette Burrito. You can combine these 2 dishes and make it a very, very balanced and healthy meal. It is better to serve immediately, or you can do this as meal prep, which is, on busy days, you can, just pick it pack it in a Tupperware and put it into the chiller, and you are good to go. All right. I'm sure all of you are actually curious on how it will taste, right? So no worries. You will actually get to taste our winning recipe that we provide today through the samples. And I hope that you can try this at home. For those who are streaming live, you can actually make this dish at home. It is very simple. It is simple and flavorful. And I hope that you will like it. Okay. So Zoom. Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you everyone for streaming live from Food Preparation Laboratory and for Sarapan di Laman Global Women's Breakfast 2022. Off to you, Dr. Ashraf. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Sister Jida, for that. And everyone here has received one. So maybe we can just, thank you very much, Sister Jida, for that. Raise and, the. Everyone here has received one. So can we show it a bit to those online? So we have our camera back there. Okay. So yeah, we have arrived at. Thank you very much to the cuisine team from the kitchen. Thank you. So, all right. So together with that, we are also being prepared the beverage, which is butterfly pea herbs infused water. So the purple colored beverage together inside the breakfast package. So for those joining online, please, now we will have a 10-minute intermission. Inshallah, now is 9:08, and we will continue at 9:20, inshallah, for 10 minutes intermission. Please have your breakfast and don't forget to take a screenshot or selfie and tag us on our Instagram account and tag hashtag GWB. So meanwhile, Datin, have you tasted, Datin? Maybe can you just comment very briefly? Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah.
We have something similar at Roots actually, and I think plant protein is the way forward in terms of what we eat from now on. So that is a concept that we are trying to put forward at Roots, and this is very much to my taste.
Thank you very much, Datin, for the compliments. Alhamdulillah. So it's in line also with Roots by Kebun Kota. So Datin is also the owner of one of the restaurants. And maybe after this, hopefully we can have an active networking together with Kebun Kota, inshallah. So thank you. So we'll see you again at 9:20 for the next session. We still have two agendas, talk 1 and talk 2. So meanwhile, enjoy your breakfast. Make sure it's healthy and delicious. We'll see you again. Stay tuned. I hope everyone is enjoying our free bean salad. So while we are having our breakfast, allow me to brief a bit on our sponsor. Thank you very much. Without our sponsors, we might not be able to do this, having all these delicious delicacies. So Yadim, also known as the Islamic Dawah Foundation Malaysia, in English terms, is a trust body established on the 1st of Muharram, 1394 Hijrah. On the 25th of January 1974, by the late Prime Minister of Malaysia, the second Prime Minister, Tun Haji Abdul Razak bin Hussein. The objective of Yadim is to organize and coordinate with da'wah bodies and to help these bodies to operate in a way to support the advancement of the Ummah and enhance the understanding of Islam so that Islamic community will play an active role towards the development and progress. Yadim is a trust body registered under the Trust Incorporation Ordinance 1952, which is directly responsible to the Prime Minister. And the vision of Yadim is the leader of an inclusive da'wah movement in Malaysia and acts as an international da'wah body. We may see that how Yadim's involvement in this kind of events internationally. The mission of Yadim would be to disseminate da'wah activities through welfare, education, and social aspects to enhance the dignity of Islam and the well-being of the Ummah. The three core functions of Yadim is to produce knowledgeable and skilled preachers based on the Malaysian model, to coordinate the activities of Islamic NGOs and strategic partners in socializing da'wah. And finally, to encourage the community to compete to do good deeds by providing understanding, practice, and appreciation of Islam through da'wah activities in the aspects of education, social, and welfare. Thank you very much, Yadim. And I think this is one of the activities being supported by Yadim to become an international body for da'wah. Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, hopefully we have another 3 minutes for you to enjoy your breakfast. I hope that you have enjoyed it and can't wait to test the remaining recipes. Prof. Haniki, everything good? Good, alhamdulillah. Okay. So thank you to Sister Sarah because of bringing this recipe to us. So she had stayed in the Saudi Arabia for a couple of years. I think her husband is still there. 3 years, 3 years. So we now get a taste of a Saudi Arabian dish integrated and fused with ulam. The butterfly piece is a bunga telang. So this is one of our distinct trademark of CAS. The rector really likes it. So every time he comes here, we need to make sure that we have the bunga telang beverage. So, and he also likes to drop by this My Ulam. I think it's been how many times? So anytime the rector comes to Kuantan, he will make sure that he comes by and stops by to My Ulam. So he really enjoys it, and the idea of the sustainable garden being also central and integrated with the Malay tradition. Okay, alhamdulillah. We will now move on to the next event or next agenda for the first talk. So the first talk will be delivered by Datin Kaniza binti Shafi'i. Before that, allow me to introduce Datin. A.R. Kaniza graduated in 1990 with a Bachelor of Architecture with honors from the School of Architecture, University of Newcastle upon Tyne. She successfully led the design and technical teams in big corporations prior to starting her own business in architectural services and building constructions. With strong technical and knowledge and experiences, she ventured into the construction and fabrication works in the oil and gas industries in 1997. And now she has started up her own restaurant under the Kebun Kota company. So with that, we would like to invite Datin Kaniza to deliver the talk on empowering women. Please welcome, Datin.
Terima kasih banyak. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To distinguished guests and all those that are present here today and online. As the introduction, I'm an architect by profession. I graduated in 1990 and have been practicing and still practicing as an architect. But my vocation is in farming. Not so much farming, it's about food security, it's about family health, it's about well-being of my family to start with. So let's talk about Kebun Kota. Okay, Kebun Kota is just down the road. If you are aware of Jalan Semambu, there's Sokagakai, there's Endora Peak. We are just, if you come from UIA on the Jalan Semambu, you will hit Kebun Kota first before Endora Peak. It's a 14-acre land ex-quarry that was left behind by my late father-in-law. So when my husband inherited the land, we were trying to figure out what do we do with it. Everybody say, oh, because it's in town, you should just go ahead and develop it and turn it into houses and whatnot. But we feel that there are other answers to that. You know, so we took time. In 2006, we start cleaning the land, and then basically it's part of our. We wanted our children to have activities during the weekend. It's not about taking them to shopping complex. It's not about taking them meaningful activities. You know, so the time that we spend as a family. So we started doing things at the farm, cleaning it up and whatnot, cleaning the water. And the idea of the farm, I suppose, come naturally when you are dealing with land. And we put our children to do research on all different things that they read about, bamboo, aquaponic system. So we established aquaponic system after so many trial and error by my sons, especially because they were students at university in the UK back then. And then when they came back every summer, before they come home, every summer, their job is to write a paper about what they want to do and how best they want to implement it. And our job as parents is to implement it, regardless whether it's going to fail or not. We say, just go ahead and do it. So come back to today's event. We have, I would say, the first open concept aquaponic system on whereby the aquaponic at Kebun Kota is about almost 5 acres in size, where we are now able to preserve 2.7 million gallons of fresh water. That is a private, water reservation that we have on the land itself. So not having fresh water is no longer an issue for us. If the JBS pipe taps run out of water, we still survive, inshallah, because we do have our own water source. And our job, we feel that is to keep it clean, and perhaps, it will come to good use later on for the people of Kuantan. And the rest of the thing, the concept of aquaponic appeals to us because it's nature by itself is a symbiotic system where you have fish in the water, it produces waste. The waste we filter it on the filter bed where the plant breaks down and the bacteria breaks down the waste and feed the nutrient to the fish, to the plant, and the clean water goes back. So that's what we have established at Kebun Kota. After that, because of the production that we have at Kebun Kota, what next? Do we sell it, or what kind of knowledge do we want to impart to the public? Hence we set up Roots by Kebun Kota. The concept of Roots by Kebun Kota is not your typical cafe in the sense that we focus on plant-based and nutritional value of food that we produce at Roots. For example, our nasi ulam, we do have nasi ulam. The winning nasi ulam is quite similar to ours. We have 2 types of nasi ulam. One is nasi ulam roots. The other one is nasi ulam shoots. Nasi ulam roots, the main ingredient are the roots. Cukur, kunyit, halia bara, all the ingredients that normally mostly forgotten now, especially by Malay ourselves. We tend to put it aside as if it's just a medicine, but it's something that it can be consumed in small quantity on a daily basis. And the other one, of course, is the shoots, nasi ulam, where we have 7 types of herbal shoots that we incorporate in the nasi ulam. So in a cup of rice when we serve to the customer, half of it is actually ulam. The other half is the rice. That to me is I always say, hey, we can eat rice and stay healthy. And instead of frying the chicken, we roast the chicken. And those who are vegetarian or vegan, is paired with tempeh. So the whole concept of roots is plant-based food, where you get your protein from plants, and it's not just that we even go to the extent of using herbs to produce drink. We have a lot of kombucha. We have a refresher, whereby we use pandan lemongrass, you know, as a flavoring. We use kantan as a flavoring for drinks. We use ginger as a flavoring for drinks. So these are quite common in the sense, but kantan is something new that's been introduced as a flavoring for drinks, and is one of very popular drinks that we have at Roots, you know. So all in all, to me, what we're trying to share at Roots, especially because that is our community-based or frontage for what we do at Kebun Kota, is letting people know that it's important for food security. We must be able to grow our own food and know the nutritional value of our own food. By saying that, I think the current misconception is quality of food meaning eat expensive food. I disagree with that. If we dig deeper on the quality of herbs that we have, that grow, that our forefathers been eating for generations, you know, they are far more nutritious and better for our health. If we were to consume it daily, you know. So that is the primary aim of Roots as far as we're concerned, you know, to introduce back all the food that is long been forgotten, that is treated more as something that you eat when you are not well. I think the concept that we adhere to is very much on the practice of Chinese, in the sense because my husband is Chinese, and their habit of eating is slightly different than us. They tend to eat much more healthy, in the sense that every meal they have to have a soup where they don't fry anything, it's just boiled, and they don't add sugar or salt and whatnot. So it's a pickling of vegetables and as part of their food, and they eat very simple on day-to-day basis. So and then that habit of eating has not really changed that much to the older generation of Chinese. So I think coupled with that, with the knowledge or what I have learned from my grandmother, grandfather, and my mother, I think we have something important to share. That look back at what our older generation is eating. They were healthy. They don't have problem when they hit 50 or 40. They don't have a lot of health problem. They have to be on medication. I think if you are aware, yesterday PM did announce on the demography of you know, the statistic of Malaysia population. As of now, we have the percentage of aging. Those that are above 55 is much higher now. And that alone, to me, by 2030, we are expecting to achieve 14% of those that are above 65. By 2030, I will be 65. I'm 57 now. So what do I want when I hit 65? A healthy life. A healthy life for many reasons, you know. To do your ibadah, you have to be healthy. You want to be able to pray sujud as I am now. I want to be healthy to spend time with my children. I want to be happy to travel. I want to be happy to be with other family members. So health is primary for a person at my age now who will be 65 in 2030. How do we obtain that? Is through a daily habit of eating healthy. Staying away. I want to stay away from having to take medication on a daily basis as long as I can. And I think, alhamdulillah, so far, I'm pretty okay. And I think that is a knowledge that we, especially this faculty, need to share with the public. Is diet is not about not eating. Diet is about eating well. And then there's a lot of knowledge that's available out there. And then planting your own food is not rocket science. It's a simple science, and you don't have to have green fingers to plant, vegetables, because planting vegetable is a form of science. So science, everybody can learn. And then we, as Muslim, I think we must remember one thing. We are only the go-between to sow the seed. The one that brings life is not us, it's the Almighty, So we have to remember that. And I think with that, we should change the perception of our what food is all about, what good food is all about, and not be influenced so much by the Western concept. I'm not saying that they are wrong, but their assessment is based on what is good for their population, their demography. We have to come out with our own assessment on what is good for us, what we can grow locally, and what we should consume, what we should not consume. We should have our own set of parameters to stay healthy, not measuring it to other people's benchmark. I think that is the things that we really want to push forward and share with the public at Roots. Yeah. I think my time is up. Right. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Datin A.R. Kaniza Shafi'i, for the inspiring talk. Alhamdulillah, with regards to Datin had mentioned regarding the education with regards to diet. Yes, it is a misconception, especially among us Malays. Diet is about not eating. And hopefully we at the Clinic Diet, the Department of Nutrition Sciences, try to educate by also using the social media platforms. This is the age of social media. And sometimes our students are even better from us, our generation, so they are also helping us, inshallah. So this is one of the events that we are trying to do so to empower and educate people in a way that hopefully it is suited to their wavelength. Thank you very much, Datin, once again. Now, inshallah, we will move on to the second talk. Before I invite our speaker, allow me to introduce him. Associate Professor Dr. Effendi Muhammad Shafri received his degree in medical science from Cardiff University in the UK, Masters in Integrated Bioscience, Regenerative Medicine or Neuroscience from University of Bath in the UK, and PhD from University Putra Malaysia in Neurophysiology. His interest in philosophy and history of medicine since his undergraduate years and subsequent exposure to drug discovery research had led him to embark the journey on the Malay ethnomedicine and medical manuscripts since 2010, in line with the WHO integrative medicine policy to achieve the universal health coverage among its members. Dr. Effendi has published more than 10 books on the Malay medical manuscripts. His most recent book, published and released in February 2022, is Kebun Segala Raja-Raja, which has been based on a project on the 2 manuscripts from Aceh. Dr. Effendi likes to travel to Aceh. He has never invited me yet. Supported partially by an international fund from the Islamic Manuscript Association UK. Inshallah, today Dr. Effendi will be sharing to us on the topic of the breakfast tradition in the Malay medical manuscript, inshallah. With that, I would cordially invite Dr. Effendi. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Ni dia orang bagi dapat ni. Dia orang dapat QR code. Dapat. Okey. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hamdan wa syukran lillah, salatan wa salaman ala Rasulillah, amma ba'd. So thank you for the organizing committee. I would like to welcome again the guests of the events from Yadim, from Kebun Kota, the Dean and also the Deputy Deans, the students, and many thanks to the previous My Ulam Program Manager, Dr. Wan Azdi, Brother Razwan, the current Program Manager, Dr. Hazirah, the leading, the chair of the event today, and the committee members. Yeah. So our event is Global Women's Breakfast, and this brings back the memory of my childhood. Yeah, of my childhood, because I'm from a very humble background, from Kampung. Yeah, from Kampung. My house, my childhood house, was surrounded by kebun getah and also hutan. The nearest house is about a kilometer away. My school, because I follow my father was a teacher, was an hour away from our house. So my mom, very committed. Every single day she will wake up at 5 o'clock, an hour before Fajar, to ensure that all of us get good breakfast and can have something to carry, yeah, bekal, every single day without failing. So really, all of us here, I believe, also have moms like that. Yeah, those people were very crucial to our development as scientists today, and Dr. Mat and Prof. Aidil. Yeah, so I'm sure there are a lot of moms like that who are very committed and making sure that their kids get breakfast. And I think the event is really for those moms. Yeah, really for our mothers. So we give a big clap for all of those mothers. Yeah, I'm sure those mothers are still with us today among us also. Preparing breakfast. Yang walaupun dia father tapi dia prepare breakfast, mom jugalah yang tu. Yeah. So I've been asked. Imam. Okay. So as the chairman mentioned just now, I've been doing works on Malay medical manuscripts, not very far away from what Dato has been saying, that we should relook, reassess of what we are doing today. A lot of us are being trained in the Western concept, even myself, yeah, in the West. That should not hinder us from reevaluate things. Yeah, Dato has been saying about the older generation that has been having a very good lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. Well, my question when I was doing masters and PhD, I've been listening to people saying that, yeah, that they have good lifestyle, etc. So my personal question, yeah, something which is very, very strong in myself is it really like that? And that is the question that motivated me into looking into the medical manuscripts and other manuscripts. Yeah. So today we are talking about makan pagi, the breakfast. In Malay, I've changed the title a little bit because I'm not going to concentrate only on the medical manuscript, but I have been finding some other manuscripts, perhaps probably they are cooking manuscripts, cooking manuals of the past generations, but are related to what we are talking today. So tak tahu macam mana nak gerak ni. Okay, right. So the committee said I should be santai, relax just. So I'm not going to talk too much on the Malay medical manuscript. You know that these are handwritten manuscripts, mostly talking about maintenance of health, yeah, and also the return of health from its absence. Itu adalah definition of medicine. So when people tell us that some Malay medicine involves sorcery, jampi serapah and whatnot, we have to stop and look at this definition. Are those manuscripts fit into this definition or not? So if a person say that this is Malay medicine, Malay medical manuscript, and it involves something which is totally unacceptable, sihir and etc., they are not Malay medical manuscript. Yeah. So Malay medical manuscript trying or have knowledge that try to maintain health and health when it is absent. Yeah. So these are the lifestyle management according to one of the texts, Kitabur Rahmah from Aceh. Yeah. There are 7 major things that the manuscript have discussed, yeah, from this manuscript. 7 components. Food and drink is one of the things that we may have to manage. And then weight and sleep cycle, movement and inactiveness, sexual relationship, self-care, ventilation and flow of wind, and also emotion. And I think food touches in a few, like the food and drink is one thing, yeah. And then the emotion. When we eat food, it should not be something that we just want the nutrition, the calorie berapa and itu. That is not how people in the past think. Yeah, it's not just about feeding our physical need, but also the emotion. So we have the taste. How does it taste? Yeah? And the Malay in their philosophy, it says that when we have the apa panggil teringin, apa panggil? We mengidam for something tu, actually it is a sign that our body is saying to us that we are lacking in that particular nutrients. Craving, yeah, that particular nutrients. But we have to be careful not to to eat in excess. Katalah kita rasa macam kita nak masin kan, and then we mengidam nak makan ikan masin. Janganlah makan sampai 1 ekor contohnya. Of course, when we eat a little bit of that ikan masin, sometimes it opens up our selera, our appetite increase. But we should not eat like 2, 3 and cannot control. Yeah, it's not like that. One of the texts, the Kebun Segala Raja-Raja that was just published, yeah, the author said that another definition or another thing which is very important with regard to medicine is that dia kata the cornerstone of medicine is the word of Allah in surah Al-A'raf ayat 31. Kulu washrabu wala tusrifu. According to Syekh Nuruddin Ar-Raniri, that is the cornerstone of medicine. You eat, you drink, and you never get into excess. So these days when we talk about diet and Dr. Mat, we just talk about calorie, carbohydrate berapa, etc. And from those, we get some index and we will say, oh, this particular nasi lemak is not healthy. Yeah, like that. And that's the basic concept. Yeah, but nasi lemak has been around for many years, many generations. How is it used? That should be our question. Yeah, and in the text, in the manuscript, when they talk about breakfast and other eating time, food and eating ni, they talk about, or they mention about time, yeah, and then manners of eating and types of food, and also recipes. I will share some recipes later on. So with regards to breakfast, yeah, the text says that breakfast is one of the best time of eating, and it should not be skipped. There are several mazhab, several opinions among the hukama of medicine, scholars of medicine. The text, this is from Kitabur Rahmah. It says that there are at least 3 opinions. One that says that we should eat at least 3 times per day. 3 times per day. Makan pagi. Ini dia kata sini. Yang I quoted here is the one that says at least 3 times per day. Pagi-pagi sekali makan, petang-petang sekali makan, and then another one later in the day. That is the first opinion. Second says that we should at least take 2 meals per day. One of it is morning and another one late in the afternoon. And another says that we should at least take 1 main meal lah. Kan snack tu tak apalah. We are talking about the main meal. And that main meal should be breakfast. Or if you are fasting, the breaking of fast. That's the three major opinions with regard to the time of eating. But you can see from these opinions, the breakfast is there. Yeah, it's very important. Thankfully, my mom, dia tak belajar semua ni, I think, but she has that. Breakfast cannot be skipped. So, tak ada. Yeah. But here it says that tak kala hajat. Tak kala hajat, then dia macam ni. If we want to decide whether we need to take 3 times or 2 times, it according to our need. See, kulu washrabu wala tusrifu. It's all about needs. Yeah. So sometimes if our need we already are full, so we skip the meal. That's what the concept is. And the manuscript also talk about the manners of having the food. Kadar yang sedikit. Here these days we have apa suku-suku apa suku-suku. I think that is what development from this kind of concept. And hendaklah dimamah hancur. So we chew, we eat not in fast, but we chew until it's really chewed properly. So that it is easy for the stomach. And of course, Malay is an Islamic civilization. They tell us to start every meal with by sitting and then reciting Bismillah and ends with Alhamdulillah. There's another thing which is quite important. I would like to point out here that the Malay medicine, the Malay medical manuscript, all are quite. They have a consensus in that everyone who is involved in health sciences, in medicine, they need to know the nature of the food and nature of the ingredients. Even the food, in the past they have the concept of panas and sejuk. So in the text they say that everyone who cook must know what is the nature of the ingredient. Is it cold or hot? And that will be used in the preparation of food in accordance to the need. Need tadi tu sama kita kadar lapar. Another one need to which nutrient is lacking. There are 2 needs. And the third one, when we talk about needs ni, in the manuscript, it says that we must eat according to our type of job. It says here, orang yang bersenang diri, tiada lelah payah. Seperti duduk di kedai perniagaan. Ni saya dah paraphrase sikit lah. Kedai perniagaan macam kita lah, duduk dalam aircon. Maka hendaklah makan makanan yang pertengahan tabiahnya. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of this tabiah ni. Pertengahan tabiah. In the manuscript, other manuscript, it says that food that are of pertengahan tabiah are like food made up from flour, tepung based food. And do you realize that many of our kuih muih are tepung based foods, right? Kuih kita tepung pulut, tepung beras. And also susu. If we take milk, it must be the freshest milk. Dia kata susu yang di bawah susu. Itu dia punya perkataan dia. Maknanya susu baru perah tu, kita ambil susu di bawah susu lembu punya tu. That one, that's the best, and that is still considered the light milk. But today we no longer have that. Our milk, kena beli lembu satu sini. So our milk in the supermarket are all considered the heavy one. So no wonder we are part of the statistic. And okay. And let's finish this. And he says that ada pun yang banyak lelah payah seperti yang beladang. Ada yang beladang di mat ulam contohnya. Maka tiadalah mudaratnya dimakan makanan yang berat tabiatnya. So maybe food or breakfast food like nasi dagang, nasi lemak. Pagi tadi I asked my wife what are they selling. So ada situ nasi ayam, kari, daging lah apalah. Masya Allah, it's very heavy for breakfast. But these are the social change the social lifestyle that we are seeing in our society. Yeah? Whereas we should be eating according to how we lead our life daily. Okay. There is one interesting, very interesting manuscript I'm showing here. This is from Pontianak, late 19th century. I just found it last few months. I've been looking for this manuscript that sort of bridge between culinary aspect and also medicine. And this particular manuscript, it emphasizes on the need for cooks to know the nature of food. Panas, sejuk, ringan, ringan atau berat tadi. And claiming that such knowledge was taught by Luqmanul Hakim. Luqmanul Hakim is a figure in Islamic civilization that has high knowledge of medicine. And in the manuscript, it describes the correct ways of food preparation. Dia cerita even onions, how should you put it? Is it before or after you put the daging, the meat? Whether you should put it in the oil, how long? Everything is stated in that manuscript. And also he says that every different type of preparation will then give rise to different names. And the names in the manuscript. Curry, for example, there are more than 15 types of curry. So kari putih ada, apa lagi ya? Kari asam pun ada. So nowadays maybe we do not know much, but if you go to the manuscript, now we know, oh, actually there are more than 15 types of curry. We can even make a new ebook. Curry. That's it. Okay. Apa tadi? And some delicacies for breakfast, are also listed. Some with very fancy name. Kalau ada kat kebun kota contohnya, very good lah, for marketing, because you will not find it elsewhere. And also unheard of, all these names, worth reviving. Let's go to one of the breakfast. Breakfast ni, unfortunately saya tak ambil pula yang ada ulam. Saya ambil ada tepung tadi, tepung beras, tepung pulut ni tadi. Okay, let's go to the first one. Breakfast recipe number 1. Ni dah nak jadi new ebook ni. Maybe we can have another session where we make a competition. People look at the manuscript and try to redo. Redo. Kebun kota boleh buat competition tu. Boleh baca tak? Nampak ke? Tak nampak ya? Okay. Itulah, I've been preparing tak boleh bagi QR code. Tak apalah. This one is called kembang setaman. Kembang setaman. Boleh buka? Oh boleh. Kembang setaman, tapi dia macam cahaya. Kembang setaman. Sesuailah dengan My Ulam Garden. Kembang setaman namanya. Ambil beras kuning. Sudah itu masak. Masak sukat tepung beras. Dan sukat telur. Dan sukat tepung kacang. Dan sukat pati santan. Dan 2 sukat. Mana sukat tu satu sukat lah. Satu portion. Sukat gula. Dan apa ni tadi? Pengulinya. Minyak sapi. Adapun semuanya kukus. Kukus. This one is kembang setaman namanya. You make it by kukus. Sudah masak, hiris adanya. So I haven't tried this recipe. Maybe I'm just sharing what they are. People may want to do this later on. This one is Indra Lela namanya. Maybe for a prince. Kacang hijau, lepas tu we must put in the water and make it sprout, and then we harvest, and then tapis dengan kain, ambil sakunya, dan ambil gula yang sudah kemudian campurkan dengan tepung kacang, kemudian ditatal atau ditekan on the big dulang. On the big dulang. So this one maybe for the prince because the name is very royal. Indra Lela. We also have one for the princess. Tuan Putri Payung namanya. Okay, Tuan Putri, this one. And then one for the and then we have this Nama resepi, the name of the recipe is madu berkurung. Madu berkurung namanya. But when we read, there's no madu in the recipe. So we wonder, ni madu mana? Okay. Ambil tepung pulut, telur dan minyak sapi. Maka adun buat buat apa ni? Ini I do not know. Masaki. Somebody has to go and read. Ya. Bubuh ke dalam, kukus juga, renjis dengan pati santan. So so madu berkurung namanya. Maybe the madu ada orang yang tak tahulah, suami dia berbuat madu ke dia berkurung dia buatlah. We have some very nice local recipe in Terengganu, for example. They have apa nama dia, Allah, Cik Abbas Demam. Cik Abbas Demam. Pernah dengar Dr. Farhaniki? Cik Abbas Demam, because once upon a time ni demam COVID dah kebah. Because the husband got sick, yeah, and then the wife wanted to celebrate. Once the husband recovered, wanted to celebrate and make this new dish, and then give to poor people. So it becomes Cik Abbas Demam. Oh, dah habis. Okay, nombor 7. Okay, so this one is Seri Panji Mengarang namanya. Okay, and then another one is Seri Kaya Campa. It's kaya but without the sugar. When we look at the recipe, there is no sugar. Maybe something diet is interested in this. Yeah, how to make a kaya that we can have in the morning but without the sugar. And finally, the manuscript. Tadi kita buat ebook kan. So the manuscript, yeah, the author of the manuscript says that why he write this book. He says that he writes this book so that those who cook will cook with yakin and without shak, confidence, and also have no ragu-ragu on how to nak letak mana, nak letak berapa. That's what his intention is. So perhaps the intention of our books is also like that, to bring people, yeah, to become confident and to be really knowledgeable in what we are doing. The manuscript also said that those who cook must be confident, must be ikhlas, sincere, ensure that ingredients and profits are halal, and know that cooking food for everyone, including breakfast, is a meritorious conduct. Kadang-kadang kita letih lapar semua kan, malah nak buat. But we must remember this. Those who help others to fulfill their duties, this is fardu kifayah actually, to cook. And because apa? Because he who cooks for others ni menyempurnakan apa yang fardu. Mana apa? Orang nak makan ni benda yang perlu. Menyempurnakan apa yang fardu, terlebih lagi keperluan makan. And that's what a very nice ending to the manuscript, and put the philosophy of cooking etc. in the very nice way. So that is our tradition. Okay, I think that's all. Kalau ada sumur di ladang, boleh saya menumpang mandi. Kalau ada umur yang panjang, boleh kita berjumpa lagi. Kalau ada jarum yang patah, jangan disimpan dalam peti. Kalau ada silap dan salah, jangan disimpan di dalam hati. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Effendi Shafri, for the very interesting talk. I think we've learned and got so many things from Dr. Effendi. Thank you so much. We cannot delay anymore. The timing too is like this, 10 o'clock. No more vitamin D. The sun will be more brighter. And inshallah, we need to maintain with the SOP of the pandemic, conducting the face-to-face presentation programs. And thank you, Dr. Effendi mentioned about the adabs. So many integration of having confidence. In the ebook, we provide that. We put the nutrition content. So giving and empowering us to say that, yes, inshallah, yakin, it would be healthy. Thank you to the dietitians and students who are helping us. When Dr. Effendi mentioned about Madu, we have a Associate Prof. Dr. Muhammad. He is somebody who is working on research on Madu Tualang, yang terbangun. I think that's the Madu he's mentioning about. Researching. And when mentioned about suku-suku separuh, Dr. Aliza, the head of Department Nutrition Sciences, has seen something that needs to be researched regarding that. Suku-suku separuh is also something from a culture or an education for proper diet, inshallah. So there's many things that can be further collaborated. So I think this is the central aim of Global Women's Breakfast, and inshallah the unique feature of Sarapan di Laman. So hopefully we will further have an active collaboration. So with that, I would like to invite the two speakers. The first, AR Datin Kaniza Shafi, so, to receive the token of appreciation. With that, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Aidil. Thank you, Datin. Please welcome. Thank you very much, Datin Kaniza. And this is a type of kunyit. Yes, verified by Datin. Thank you very much. Next to our internal speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Fani Shafri, thank you very much for the talk on the tradition of our own Malay culture. Dunia apa, kita akan buat another competition. So can add to the flower collection, maybe, or the plants. Thank you very much, Dr. Fendi. So I think with that, we have come to the end of this program, inshallah. Thank you very much to everyone who is present here in this program face-to-face, and also everyone who has been watching us through online. We've seen several of our students watching it online who couldn't be together with us today due to the limitation of this pandemic. Thank you very much. Those who are watching internationally, for those who have not subscribed to our channel, please do so, as well as our Facebook account. We will have the recorded session there also, so you can watch it again or share it to your friends and family, inshallah. With that, thank you once again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.